It was also decided to retain the original proviso in Section 58 of the Motor Vehicles Act that other conditions being equal, an application for renewal shall be given preference over new applications for permits. In this connection, I may mention that the committee also made a provision in the bill that other things being equal, the cooperative societies running transport services should be given preference over new operators. This preference for cooperative societies will to some extent help the policy of government to encourage the formation of viable units which it is considered can promote operational efficiency and better utilization of vehicles, leading to a general economy. The question of a payment of compensation to operators displaced as a result of introduction of expansion of nationalism of road transport services was discussed by the committee at great length. It was generally felt that the amount of compensation provided in the original bill was far from adequate. It was also urged that every time the compensation should be paid for non-renewal of permits and that the amount payable for the cancellation of a permit or the modification of the terms thereof should be fixed with reference to the earnings of the individual operator concerned. A view was also expressed that it should be obligatory on the state transport undertaking to acquire all the assets of a private operator in whose case permits were cancelled or the terms thereof were modified in implementation of an approved scheme for introduction or expansion of nationalized road transport services. After careful consideration of all these points, the committee decided that the amount of compensation originally proposed should be doubled. The committee thought that there was no question of compensation so far as non-renewal of a permit was concerned, as it did not involve any loss of business. Compulsory acquisition of assets was also not favored, as it was feared that a good deal of unserviceable vehicles would be passed on to nationalized transport undertakings and that would involve loss to the taxpayer. The question can very well be left to the state governments who would be willing to take over serviceable vehicles and other useful equipment from private operators by negotiation. The committee also amended clause 37 to provide for directions being issued by state governments to the state transport authorities to grant permits for alternative sources or areas to operate displaced as a result of nationalism. This will help in rehabilitation of displaced operators and also lead to opening of more routes. Provision has also been made that the private operators should form unions and ply their vehicles more efficiently.